Okay, so this is the hopefully my biggest YouTube video that will come out in the next um probably forever because the Tiger King is so huge. So I waited to do this video until today because I wanted to watch the last episode, which was actually a fucking bad. It sucked. Um, Personally, I don't like it. I'm not gonna say it just sucked, but I just didn't like it. I didn't mind it. Like it wasn't the worst thing ever, but it wasn't the greatest thing. So first things first, if you haven't watched the Tiger King, go watch it. It's like the if you haven't heard about it, you're probably living under a rock. It's like the biggest fucking thing in America, other countries, in almost every country. I think it's like the biggest show out there. Um, I'm just gonna talk about it a little bit. I don't really want to get into this WatchMojo.com video, and they're gonna copyright me if I play the sound. So basically, the Tiger King, the first couple episodes. Here's the thing: some people watch the first couple episodes and they don't think it's that great. Like I said, go watch it. Go watch the entire thing. If you don't want to watch episode 8, don't watch episode 8. But watch the entire thing up to episode 7. Um, because he is, it's unique, and here's why. Because you hear about a lot of people having a bad life, and not just the Joe Exotic, but you know, the people in the show. A lot of crazy shit happens. Like this show isn't just if you haven't watched it and you're watching this for some reason, you magically stumble upon this. This show is not just about tigers. Let me tell you, it gets fucking insane. From the real life Scarface to fucking murders and just I mean it just goes people that are in an open relationship that are married, which I don't understand at all. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I'm not gonna make this a super long video. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I'm gonna just kind of spit facts here. It's about Joe Exotic, a guy named Joe Exotic. They call the Tiger King. Um, and he just basically it shows a lot of his hardships, which I like. Cause like obviously I don't want to just watch some show about how somebody's life is perfect or if they're just you know stuff like that. Um, he has his own zoo for a while. Um, a lot of crazy shit happens. They're doing math, they're shooting guns, buying four wheelers, buying trucks. Um, and I think so. To get a little deeper into it, I want to talk about the people in the show. I feel like a lot of the people now are against Joe, which kind of pisses me off because, um, you know, if you've ever been to jail or if you've ever experienced anything like that, or people that hate snitches, this show is just pissing me off. The whole time I watched the show, I liked it. I really liked it. Actually, it's one of my favorite on Netflix. But it pissed me off so bad to the point where like I wanted to like reach to the screen and just punch these guys because these are some of the most I can see if someone fucks you over and then you want to rat them out or something like that, but these are some of the most unloyal people I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that they are like hicks kind of pisses me off because you think that's the people that want to fucking rat you out. I don't know. I don't want to say they're hicks, but that's just what I'm portraying them as. I mean, it's Oklahoma or whatever. I think that's the state. Don't quote me. Um, so that really pisses me off. These guys, there's like three guys in a fucking show that just piss me off, dude. Like just get under my skin. And um, it bothers me because like Joe has helped these guys through the hardships in their lives, and they act like Joe's a fucking the worst person in the world, but yeah, he's gave them a place to live, um, and help them. He didn't pay them a lot, but there was like a meme on Facebook whereas like Joe Exotic was paying him 150 bucks a week. Now that's not good money at all. Okay, that's shit money. But they also get a place to live, and the place they live ain't perfect either. But then you look at, I think his name is, fuck, what is his name? Well, he's the guy that has the wives that if they fuck him, you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Well, anyways, he pays them $100 a week, okay, and they do worse. They do probably more work than the people at Joe Exotic. And then you got Carole Baskin, and we're gonna talk about Carole Baskin, but you got Carole Baskin that's over there making people do it for free. And so let's just move on to the next biggest thing in the show, and and everybody's asking the question, and I see it everywhere is on the Facebook page and stuff. Um, Free Joe Exotic. If you haven't joined it, you probably should go join it if you're a fan of Joe Exotic or want to keep up with what's going on. But here's the thing. Um, Carol. So Carol. Okay. So Joe Exotic is a person that had a zoo. Okay, and that zoo held captive tigers. And now I get this, okay, guys. I'm not a activist or whatever they call them. I'm not a person that wants to have zoos. I don't have animals myself at all. I don't think animals should be held captive. But I'm gonna say this. I think this is a free country, and I think if own a tiger and you want to have a tiger, then yes, you should be allowed to have a tiger. If it's a law where it's legal, which I think it still is, I think you should be able to own a tiger. I don't feel there's anything wrong with that. And if you have a zoo, then you have a zoo. I don't think mistreating animals is right. I don't think shooting them in the head and burying them in the bushes is right. But here we go with this whole scenario. So to get back on track, she is so Carole Baskin says that she wants to free the tigers, and I highly agree with that. I think that tigers should be in their habitat. They are big animals, okay? It's one thing to have a dog or cat. It's another thing to have a 600-pound lion or tiger, okay? And I think they should have their own habitat, but they don't, okay? They don't have their fucking own habitat. And what really bothers me, pisses me off, and gets me to the point where I just don't understand how she can be so, like, just how the fuck are you so stupid, okay? I might get comments, people fucking being all mad that I'm going against Carole Baskin, but tell me this, you think about this, put this in your fucking head for 2 seconds, just really think about this, okay? Carole Baskin has a zoo with tigers in it. Joe Exotic has a zoo with tigers in it. And then Carole Baskin has the nerve to say, well, we want to end that. We want to end that. I, I literally watched your fucking video, dude. I watched you in a Netflix documentary with the video proof of you having a 600-pound fucking lion reaching through a hole and trying to get its head in there to feed itself. But you're criticizing Joe Exotic for having his animals in a pretty big area, eating their food like normal, I don't know what you want to call them, carnivores, tigers would. Okay, but you got yours locked in a 5 foot fucking cage with it has to reach his head in like it's gonna get its head chopped off. That is fucking disgusting, dude. I don't care who you are. If you think that is fucking right, you got something wrong with it. And if you think Carole Baskin is helping these tigers by holding them captive, and Joe Exotic is doing the same thing, but so you're saying Carole Baskin's doing the right thing, you're fucking mentally stupid in the head, okay? You need fucking help because that is just that is literally called being a hypocrite. Okay, if I go to the store and buy something and I say and then I bitch about it, um, I don't fucking know. I don't even know where I was going with that. But my point is, you understand my point. Okay, if you have any kind of a brain and you're actually paying attention to what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, she's being a hypocrite. I don't know where I was going with the whole food thing. I got fucking lost there. I didn't write a script for this or nothing, so I don't write my scripts. I do this all from just knowledge, okay? So that pisses me off, and that's the biggest thing. I'm not trying to offend anybody out there, but I think if you are just siding with Carole Baskin for no reason. I feel like she has a point. Okay, I'm not saying she doesn't. I think tigers should live in the wild, and I think they should have a, you know, the jungle that they're supposed to live in. And I get that. It's understandable. You know, everything's it's like but it's going extinct. And that's another thing. We're gonna go right to the extinct thing. How the fuck do you say something is going extinct, and what do you do? And they say this in the show. What do you do to something that's going extinct? You try to breed it so that way it doesn't go fucking extinct. Now, I don't think their captivity should be kept in zoos their whole life. I don't think every tiger should be kept in zoo, but it's not like they're beating the animals to death. Yes, they don't have their freedom, and yes, Joe Exotic admits at the end of the show that he fucks up with the apes, and he felt like he held them their whole life, and he felt like they were sad, and yes, I think it's somewhat wrong, right? But this whole movie, people say that it one sides for someone else, but if you watch this movie, or not this movie, this show, sorry, and you really think about it, Um, people think that it's on Joe's side. People think that it's on Carole's side. But if you really watch it, every time anybody says anything about Carole Baskin and her goddamn cat rescue bullshit, um, it literally goes, it cuts right to her every time. Every time. She always has a backfire for something. And and this is going to be my biggest part of the review. If you've made it this far into my videos, which you probably don't, because my videos are pretty fucking just boring and just sitting here kind of talking about things, and that's the way I like to do them. But this is the biggest thing about it all, okay? And in my opinion, I feel like this needs to be let out to the public, and I feel like I need to do my service as a person and explain this to people, okay? Carole Baskin. Okay, we're gonna lay it out here for you. Okay, and I want to see how I want to say this because I don't want to say this in a wrong, right? But Carole Baskin is she is okay. She's a big cat rescue lady. Okay, right? I'm not gonna talk about her husband yet. That's gonna be next. Okay. But she tries to. She always defends herself against anything said in the show. Okay? But Joe, here's where I understand is that Joe has, and this is the biggest thing about the show, Joe has real life problems, and we can see that in the show. He's had real world problems, and he's had a lot of them, more than probably 99% of people in the world, right? He's had a lot of bad shit against him. And he's tried and tried and tried. And you can see the hardships he goes through. Okay? Where do you see that with Carole Baskin? You don't. And that is the bottom line right there. Okay? A normal person in life has hardships and they have hard times they go through. And the reason you don't see that with Carole Baskin is because the bottom line is behind the scenes everything is not fucking perfect and they want to portray like it's perfect because they don't want people to take shots at them. That's their fucking issue. And that's the issue I have with Carole Baskin and her whole side of the story. Am I siding with Joel 100%? No. No, he fucked up and he did a lot of fucked up things in his life. But I don't think he should rot in prison and die for it. I think he should be put on a certain watch. I think maybe house arrest, something that would keep monitoring him to make sure he's not doing illegal activity, make sure he's trying to do better in life, right? So, in my opinion, how the fuck are you going to take a person's side like Carole Baskin? Because I'm not on either side here. I'm kind of being neutral. I'm taking shots at both sides here. Now, I have said a lot about Carole because how fucked up she is in the show. You don't see that. You don't see the huge fucked up part, right? Because she's over here and all she does is defend herself and act like she's perfect. She hasn't done nothing wrong. But I'm sorry, that is not the fucking real world. And if you think it is, then you got something coming to you. If you're telling me and you're watching this YouTube video and you haven't had one single difficulty in life, she's acted like she hasn't. And that in the entire show, each episode's about an hour. You're telling me in the 7 hours worth of fucking Netflix videos, I didn't see one single issue Carole Baskin ever had besides Joe Exotic. because she can't man up and say there's anything wrong in her life. And that's what pisses me off. If she would have said, "Hey, we have this issue and this is going on, and this is the problem with the Tigers," not nothing, dude. There was literally nothing. The only thing she said that was wrong was Joe Exotic, and she tried suing him. Now, moving on to her killing her husband, I don't care what you think. Personally, I think she did it. It's an open case right now. I probably can be sued for saying that. I'm not really sure. I don't really care. I mean, everybody thinks she did it, and like, it's like with the OJ thing. If you've ever watched the OJ thing, there's no fucking suspect. None. Not a fucking one. Hello? It's in front of your eyes. Hello? Like, he just up and disappeared. And then his will says, "In my disappearance." Yeah, the fuck right, dude. Get the fuck real. Are you kidding me? Okay, moving on. I don't even want. I'm not even gonna say any more about it. If you believe she didn't do it, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. And could it be possible that she didn't do it? Yes, but it's awfully like 99.999% chance she did. She looks like the person that fucking she looks, and that's what I mean by we haven't seen any hardships from her. Is that we don't know how she acts behind closed doors because everybody's different behind closed doors, and I can tell you that right now. Okay, and we don't know what she's like. The whole show is literally her. I don't do nothing wrong. Smile. I don't do anything wrong. I can just defend myself every chance I get. Whereas, we see what's the problems are for Joe Exotic, and we see how rough his fucking, his life has been. And the whole killing Carole thing, I personally think he wanted to kill Carole. I don't think he meant for it to be so serious as it got, if that makes sense, without, trying to take a side here. I think, yes, he fucking hated her. I mean, I would hate someone if they tried to sue me every 2 seconds. I would hate someone and want to kill them too if they were constantly up my ass, acting like they were Miss Perfect, doing the same exact thing I was, and then trying to sue me every time for it and trying to constantly shut me down. I don't know if I would want to kill that person, portray, but you know, I mean, I can see the hate. 100% I can see the hate. And I could see him, saying it over and over and over again, as a joke. Um, but I mean, you know, it's not up to me. It's up to other people. So ending this out, I don't want to make this any longer. 17 minutes we're at. Ending this out, I want to know your guys' comments. Please put them in the comments below. I really want to know them. I really like this. If you guys got any more facts for me, spit them because I want to. Want to hear them. I watched I haven't watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos like this untold story of the Tiger King. I haven't watched this. I just kind of wanted to give a little video here with my YouTube instead of just making it about me just talking. Maybe that's what I should do. Um, and I feel like another thing I wanted to mention is I feel like, I was watching some other podcast, and they said that Joe cared about the animals in the beginning, and I really truly think he did. Okay, and I think he went through a hard beginning in his life with his dad, really hating him because he was gay. And throughout the show, here's the thing: you don't give a fuck that this guy is gay. Okay, I never gave a fuck this guy was gay. I personally don't give a flying shit if he's gay or not. Okay, and that's where it never bothered me, even with all the gay references and fag and all this other shit. I didn't give a fuck, dude. I didn't care about any of that. All I wanted to see was this guy's life and how it came through. You know what I mean? And I think at first it was about the Tigers, and I truly believe, in my perspective, that at the end it was less about the Tigers. It really was. It was less about caring about the Tigers. Do I still feel like he cared about them? Yes. And do I feel like he, and they did say that a lot of people were saying that he shot tigers and killed them for no reason. I mean, he could have done that. He could have been cruel to him. But at some point, you do have to, like, if a tiger does get sick, and I'm not saying that he did or didn't do this, But if a tiger gets sick, if something like a big animal gets sick, and you have to put it down, where the fuck are you gonna take it? Um, I don't know what's true and what's not true. You got all these people on that hate him. Obviously, they're gonna say that he shot him and killed him for no reason, and then you got these people saying that he, didn't shoot him and kill him for no reason, that they were, sick. So ending this on a note, I want to know in the comments section any facts you guys know, any comments you had about my video, if you think I was wrong in any way, what you think was wrong. I want you to explain it. And I would like to know ratings of the show. I think this is a solid 10. I think the show was awesome from start to finish. I think this was really great for the whole pandemic going on right now with the COVID and stuff like that. But this is the biggest thing in a long time. Um, like this, I think it's the most popular documentary ever made at this point. So give me your guys' comments. I appreciate you watching the video. I'm about to do another review, so thanks for watching.